Okay, so we're gonna shuffle a little bit differently today. And maybe while you're watching the shuffle, a card will jump out and speak to you. And if so, that's fabulous. That means that you're all tuned in and ready to receive messages. So let's see what the universe wants us to know for today. First off, what is going on? What's happening? What's the general energy that we are sitting in right now? All right. We are in a very stable place. We're grounded. We're stable. We're setting ourselves free totally. And we're getting ready to really feel the happiness and the joy that we have brought into our own life. We've got 2 4s and an 8. So that is like foundation, 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 and freedom. Because the old 8 that we were stuck in, where we had ourselves tied up in knots and we didn't feel so free, and we're putting all these restrictions on ourselves, we have managed to lift those restrictions. And that is a very good thing, because as soon as we start bringing joy into our life and we release ourselves from the things that are holding us back, that helps us to move forward. So let's just see which chakra is helping us the most right now, and what we can do to enhance that. Wisdom, of course. So you're coming out of that hermit stage. You may have been in hermit mode for a little while, growing things. You had planted some seeds. Now you're focusing more on your heart. The swords that were holding you back are now releasing. Instead of thinking of them as tying you down and sticking you where you are, you're holding the swords in the palm of your hand and you're releasing them like the white dove. And that's because you've opened your heart. The green represents the heart. So you've opened your heart and you're letting more things into your life, which is showing right here, because you're starting to dance in the circle of life instead of trapping yourself in the circle. So let's just see where that is going to lead us next. And something that, let's see where we're heading, first of all. Okay. 10 of Cups. You're heading towards that pure emotional happiness and satisfaction. But now that showed up reversed. So there's something that could be blocking that, even though you've started letting things in and you've established a beautiful, secure foundation for yourself with the 4 of Pentacles. So you're solid. You're solid where you are. You set yourself free, and you want to bring more happiness, which is exactly where you're heading to. You're heading towards the 10 of Cups. But what could be holding that? What's getting in the way of that? Okay, Justice reversed. So there's something See, when this is upright, you can see the strength and the justice here. All of the negative self-talk or the swords of the mind in the Eight of Swords, that's been cut out. But there's still some sort of injustice that you're feeling that's holding you back from getting to that Ten of Clubs or Ten of Cups right now. Let's just go back to the chakra cards and see what we can use as a bridge with the wisdom that we've learned to get this injustice turned up the other way. Passion. Okay. And you can almost see the colors changing here, because we do have a lot of greens here, and we've got the orange, which is the solar plexus, which is the light, which is the vitality. So passion is something that may be missing. You're heading towards the joy, but you're not feeling the passion. Maybe not within yourself, or maybe outside of yourself. Sometimes a lot of times there really is more giving than receiving, but it's also nice to receive too. So the injustice that you might be feeling, or the injustice that is kind of blocking that emotional satisfaction and happiness, it may be a passion that you're not showing towards yourself, and that's causing a bit of an injustice. You might be giving too much to other people, but not holding enough for yourself. So let's see what would help you. Okay, this card stayed back. Okay, there's some mysterious thing going on behind the scenes. Things are happening that you don't know about, that are causing this lack of passion for yourself, or this injustice towards yourself. There's something going on in the background that you may need to clear up, or to delve into a little bit more. There could be things that you're denying yourself to block this this part of your journey towards that emotional happiness, because you really want it. You're getting it to go in that direction. But let's just see what else is going on in the background here. Okay, the Seven of Wands. You may be feeling like you have to hold yourself back. You may be feeling like you have to defend yourself all the time. And you may be feeling like people are kind of aggressive towards the choices that you're making. But the one thing to remember with this bridge, this Seven of Wands, is you have the ability to defend yourself. You have it within you to bridge over the emotions, so you can get to that happiness that you really want. So think about ways that you might be self-sabotaging yourself, where you feel like you have to prove to others that, or to the outside world, or to yourself. You may be feeling like you're on the defense all the time, and that could be what's causing this kind of a blockage that's preventing you from getting to that Ten of Cups that you really want to get to. So there's something going on deep down inside of you that has caused this feeling where you need to defend yourself all the time. And you really don't have to, because, okay, what's causing this is a lack of self-confidence. It's your solar plexus that's blocked, the lack of self-confidence, and that's what's causing that feeling that you need to defend yourself all the time. So somehow you need to build up your own self-confidence, and to do that you need to get to the root of what's actually causing this this feeling inside yourself, because you don't need to feel that way. You don't need to feel that you have to defend yourself all the time. You don't need to feel that warrior spirit to have to stand up for your choices, because your choices are your choices. Okay, let's just get another chakra card for this, because self-confidence is hard to build up. It's not easy. Okay, and there we're back to the joy. So what you need to bring into your life to get that self-confidence built back up is things that make you happy, not what make other people happy, things that bring you happiness, like the music especially that you like to listen to. And by holding these swords in your hand and releasing them, release that maybe you feel like you need to be quiet all the time. The swords are air. The swords are communication. Maybe you're holding back what you want to say, what's really in your heart, and you know that it's true, but you feel like you have to defend yourself, so you hold yourself back from stating your choices and how you feel about things, and that is what is causing you to feel the injustice. Because when you hold back what's in your heart and you don't say it, like even when you look at the blue in the joy card, which is actually the sacral, which is yellow, but the blue here could be indicating that you're holding back your throat, you're holding back your wisdom, you're holding back the things that you know are true, and you're not saying them, you're holding them back. And that is what is spiraling into this feeling of a lack of justice, is not stating your case, not stating what needs to be said, or not. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling it's your throat chakra is blocked. That you need to practice saying out loud what you really want to say to people, but you're holding it back, and that is what is causing this blockage here. So there are YouTube channels that instruct you how to strengthen your throat chakra, and there are ones in there that are put out by professional public speakers, and if you take their advice and start applying it in your everyday life, even though you're not on a stand with a platform or a podium, you're not doing public speaking, but if you take their advice and start just practicing humming, practicing saying things out loud that you would like to say out loud to other people, then when the time comes to actually say it, you can cross that bridge over to speak your truth and to say what needs to be said. And that will in turn bring justice into your life, which will in turn bring that emotional joy and happiness into where it needs to go, because that is the path that you've opened up. That's where you're heading right now. And let me just use this deck here to get a final thought. Like, I know this is just one item and it sounds like it's simple, but there's things going on in the background that you don't know about. So with the moon showing up reversed, this is inviting you to explore those mysteries that are going on in the background. Like, maybe somebody really needs to hear what you have to say and they're afraid to ask. Maybe there's something very raw and very, very grounded somewhere deep underneath the earth, that's part of your emotional setup, that needs to be said. And that is going to come clearer as you start to cross this path and work towards that justice that you deserve, and find that true happiness. So you can dance, and it could just be a simple thing that needs to be said out loud to somebody else that would clear the blockage, or out loud to yourself, something you need to say to yourself in the mirror. And this is karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. So that is what is going on in the background. There is something that your soul is working on and nudging you towards, so that a lesson, it could be a life lesson, because it's part of your soul growth to speak out about some sort of conflict or injustice that you are feeling. And once you start getting into what needs to be said, then you will release this blockage and be able to come into that Ten of Cups, that feeling of emotional satisfaction, happiness, and fulfillment, because that's a number 10. You're very stable here because you've got the 4s and the 8, and you've already broken yourself free. So now there's some things going on in the background that the universe is helping you with, because you will get to more clarity once you speak out loud what needs to be spoken. Okay, so that is that's all I'm feeling for today. If this did not resonate with you, hopefully you'll come back for another reading, and a different topic or different cards will come up that resonate with you better. But for now, that's all I'm getting. So I wish you a wonderful day, and see you next time. Bye for now.